interested in getting appointments. It is now for us to now look at this report and now begin to see how we can have that mind shift that the DG is talking about to that area that we are talking about. That is what we are saying here. This report is just to guide us to know what to do more and how to bring them into what we are doing. Yes, you have like 600 people there, but how many youth do we have in Ekiti State? Ask yourself that question. Is it 600 youth that you have in Ekiti State? Is it 1,000 youth that we have? We have over 1 million youth in Ekiti State. You understand? Even if we have 1 million there, we are still not there. We are still not there. So the essence, yes, Governor Badu Oyebanji is doing a lot. We can see that. But after Oyebanji's government, what happens? What follows? That is what we are saying. What follows after now? With people still keying, there was white card, don't forget, in 2010, 2014. There was white card. What happens after Fireman left in 2014? White card became moribund. Nothing happens again. There was youth volunteer scheme. There was all of this between 2010 and 2014, but we don't have it again. That's everything. So what we are doing now is mind shift. That even if Bao is not owned, they are ready to carry on his legacies on this area we are talking about. Youth Commissioner, that is the area we should focus on. Even your ministry should also work with OTSD, DG, Civic Orientation, and the House Committee on Value Orientation and Youth. I think that is what we should do. Let's go and sit down, come up with a program on how that we can have this mind shift. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Myself and the DGOTSC, we are seated together and we have been talking on a lot of activities, action plans to reorientate, like I said, our youth. I finally want to thank the researcher, JDPI, for the wonderful work that you have done. We're happy that because this is done independently of any ministry. Of course, the ministry wasn't contacted before this research, and we're happy that there is a third person, there is a third eye to all that we are doing, and also helping us to get our priority right. I want to thank the...
This is alarming. That's what we are doing. It is we, not even them. They've helped us to say, this is what your people are asking for. What your people are asking for. But when we not look at it, we not say, hey, how would they be? That is what we are doing here. And it's so to help us. I pass chairman, please. Forward, sir. Thank you. Then I will call Honorable Bayo Edowu. DG, I may not call you again because everything revolves around you and you go and sit down. Okay. Yeah, I pass chairman. Youth, youth, sorry.
Good afternoon. Let me start on the existing protocols. I firstly want to appreciate JDPI for what you have done. I'm not surprised because I am aware of what you did on the orphans and vulnerable children with the group of. Yes, all these policies are very good. They are good to formulate policies for the government. But one thing I want to point out here is that it is not just formulation of this policy that matters at this point. We have to go back. There should be moral reorientation of our people. There should be psychological reorientation of our people. If they could be telling us that what they want now is appointment, it is actually what has actually been. It is not something that is just coming from them. It is a norm. It is becoming an epidemic in the States. Most of them do not think towards being productive. Look at the mass land we have in Ekiti. We might not have land to actually plant because we have limited land, but we have land to rear animals. If the government can go back, reorientate these people, let them know that no matter how short form you cross to get money, it is for a temporary period. But when you work hard and what you work with your hand, when you grow old, then you will be able to sustain yourself. Look, go to parties in Ekiti today. You will see our elderly people begging. If you go to any party now, you will see them running after you, begging for money. It is because they have not actually invested in their youth. And if we allow it to continue like this, that means at a point, 90% of Ekiti people will be like that. So it is a very good research for policy formulation, but I think we still have to go back to the background and have a moral and psychological reorientation. Thank you.
Insensitivity. I can see that that gender. I'm sorry. I've started hearing that. So DG civic orientation. Thank God the person speaking for the youth is also a lady. So I think I'm covered. Please go ahead.
The Right Honorable Speaker, Ekiti State House of Assembly, members of the House, ESCO members, permit me to acknowledge all already established protocol. I want to thank God for this opportunity given to me to speak. I got this.
Joshua, ní kan bá wa sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Okay, yín náà ní kan bá wa sọ. Okay, who are important? Please go ahead.
So thank you very much, sir. You could recollect when I came on advocacy visit to you, this was basically what we focused our attention on the need for value reorientation. No matter the enormosity of whatever a government does, if the people don't have the right orientation, whatever we build, whatever we provide will not survive, and it will be destroyed. And this is why we have seen the importance of value reorientation for our people. I want to please calm down the hearts and minds of our people that the result from the JDPI is not peculiar to Ekiti State alone. This issue of value, moral decadence is an issue. And we need to readdress this, because that is why we have had series of engagements like you had on Mind Shift. There's a need for us to go back to oni amukun eru ewo, oni ewo salewo, isalelo moriwo. We have missed it right from the home level. And far beyond what we are saying. You see, why our youth clamoring for appointments? Because the optics, what they see. They see and perceive that the best way to get quickly now, or quickly, get rich quickly, is to have political appointment. So we are misrepresenting. Let's look inwards. I'm sorry about this. I have to be very factual with you. A lot of people believe that once you get political, and you can just dole out money anyhow. So we have our people. And this is why, sir, we will soon be coming to you with a proposal on legislation of this bill, on recitation of those mores that we used to recite when we were growing up, like Ishel Ogunse, Murasi, Ishel Remi, Ishel Afindenigiga, Diakobare Nilefeyinsi, Biole Lanri. These things are no more inculcated, and our youth are no more imbibing this. And this is why they perceive that they can just go out there. Why are our youth jackpying? Because they don't want to work with their hands anymore. Even the artisans, why do we have a lot of Akada riders? Because they don't want to work, they don't want to labor. And there's dignity in labor. Let's reorientate them back to the Ekiti moral values, the ethos of hard work, diligence, and decency. And this will help us a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That is why I said your youth ministry should work with committee on house, on youth, and also information and value orientation. Go and work together. Come on, we are government. That's why I didn't want to call you, because we are government. We are to now go ahead. Whatever we have seen here is for us to go and work on it. One of which you have mentioned that you are bringing some things to the house for us, which I also agree with. I remember some of these things. Each time I see some of these things still echo. Anything I want to do, it started echoing. Ishe logun ishe. Murasishe, is part of what has guided me. I won't deceive you. And some of it, they are very, very important. And what are the Ekiti values? Those are the things we should now look at and begin to, even to matter àwọn ọmọ primary school jealousy mi, káwá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe, torí pé ńgbà tá wà ń bẹ̀ ìta ń gbọ́ ni ẹ̀, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ní iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀, and all those things. Yes, youth. Thank you. Agbaje. Yes. lẹ́yìn wọn ìyálóbìnrin dẹ́ ìyálọ́jà náà máa sọ̀rọ̀. níbi ìṣẹ́jú méjì méjì ẹjọ́ ọ̀ya.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, in this distinguished occasion. I must first recognize the Right Honorable Speaker and everyone here present. All protocols duly observed respectfully. So to JDPI, I must first say a Latin maxim, which is Vox Populi, Vox Dei. What this means is that the voice of the people is the voice of God. So what we've heard today is the voice of Ekiti people. However, there has become an elephant in the room, which is, so I would like to give us a challenge to look at this request from a different perspective, and what I will be talking about is a problem-solution mismatch. So what this thing that we saw here today is telling us is that what youths want is inclusion. How do they think they will get this inclusion? Think they will get this inclusion by political appointments, which is not necessarily true and which is not practicable. It is not practicable because if everybody were to be given a political appointment, then there will be nobody to make policies for, because all of us are political appointees. That is why it is not true. It is not practicable. It is not true because inclusion can also come through other means. So what are the other means of inclusion that can come? That is inculcating things like volunteering, inculcating things like self-leadership in people. Because at the end of the day, leadership is not just about getting one big, large, fat sum of money and wasting it around. It also means that we have to, benefit ourselves and benefit our communities, which a lot of youths don't know. However, I have to say something, and what I want to say is that dreams are a product of imagination. So what it means is that it's what you're taking in that would change what you would bring out. So at the end of the day, the calls that we have for change of mindsets, the calls that we have for reorientation are very, very important. Although we are going on the wrong path, it is still possible to correct us and put us on the right path, because they always say that Agba Okinwa Lojaki Ori Omo Tuntun Wo. So I think that while we might have made a mistake in how we are challenging our request, I still want to be included. And in my own part, I continue to spread the gospel of self-leadership, and through Ekiti Youth Parliament is also a way that we can do it. So I wrote down recommendations of my own that the JDPI can also use in their subsequent program. So I think that it is very, very important to reach out to young people in universities, in secondary schools, so that as these things happen, we can have higher numbers so that they can reflect better the needs of young people. Another thing is, from the Ministry of Youth Development, we have data of young people. And what this data contains is names, addresses, emails, phone numbers. And I think that since we're in a digital, we are moving towards a digital state, I think that Ekiti State can also move along with that. So these names, addresses, and phone number and information are things that you can also use to continually spread this, the questionnaire that was used for, that JDPI used to get these results, and at the end of the day, we'll be able to reach more youths, we'll be able to change more youths, and by this time next year, I think whatever basis it is that we check this information, the next time this is done, I am assuring you from the youths that our answers will be different, our responses will be different. We are going to listen to you, and we are going to change. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, and I must quickly say that Commissioner for Youth, this lady has not your office. I think you should come to the office of the Speaker and be working there, not Commissioner for Youth. Really, that's impressive, and this it is Deputy Speaker Youth Parliament, and this is Parliament.